I wanted to address this on video. Question from Okayjones in our Discord said, "Hey guys, I have a question. I love the Indeprenuer trainings, but doesn't it seem like some parts of the buddy system are forced and not for an artist, more so for like an everyday business?" And yes, you're very correct. A lot of what we teach is much more for a regular everyday business. And that goes back to the fundamental sort of reason why we started this company 5-6 years ago, which was I was working as a vice president manager of a recording studio here in Orlando. I met hundreds of musicians, knew all the promoters, knew all the blog PR, knew all the, everyone involved in trying to get these artists from our local layer to the sort of fame heights. And I knew a lot of artists who had already achieved fame. And so when I went to go help my friends market their music at that studio, I was also at the same time working as a digital marketer for regular businesses, online businesses. And I knew a lot about SEO and ads and funnels and value ladders and creating customers at a profit and keeping them happy and making more offers to them over time that are enticing to them. Finding a match between the value a business was willing to offer and the value that a customer wanted, and communicating and negotiating that match. And so when I went to go market my friends, I fell flat on my face because I did everything that I was told to do. I did everything that everyone else was doing, and it didn't work. At the end of it, I had no customer list. I had no fan email list. I had no way to communicate with these people. We just had a lot of really nice looking things. And maybe that's enough to entice a record label to come along and foot the bill and put you in this sort of lottery where either you become uber famous or you get shelved eventually. But I wasn't happy with that. So what I did was when I was working at that studio, I was like, I'm just going to take all this stuff I know about digital marketing and just assume that I can do the same thing for an artist. Because an artist's goal might not be to get a bunch of customers. It might be to just get a huge fan base. But you need time to get fans, which means you need to be solvent. You need to survive that long. And the only way to survive that long is to get customers and to generate revenue. And so if you can generate a customer at a profit, and you can do that over time, you have all the time in the world to go and build a large fan base. So that's what I did. I started running ads for music, which wasn't really done at the time. This is 2017. It wasn't very common to run ads for artists. I got a lot of pushback about it, right? Oh, it's cringe. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it turns people off. But it worked. Then we were like, let's run a funnel. Funnel is a tried and true digital marketing concept. You give people free value at the front to generate interest. You have a large group of people who are willing to get that free value. And then you isolate and you say, all right, you took this step, take the next step. Are you willing to engage, spend time? Okay, fewer people there, but they're really high quality people. Next, small offer. Are you willing to, pay for this experience? Yes, okay, smaller group. And whittle down to customers. And we ran a funnel for an artist, and it worked. They generated profit for their album launch, their album release, and they were generating a lot of buzz. And they went from 6,000 to like 30,000 fans on Facebook within a year, within like 6 months. And so I was like, okay, the stuff that I do for regular e-commerce businesses, it works. It works for artists. So let's stop taking all the industry advice for how to market an artist, and let's start just applying the regular advice for how to build an online business, which is what an artist is these days, an online business. And it worked out really well. So well, in fact, that people now kind of don't realize how unpopular what we say today was back when we started, right? Like everyone knows to run ads for a musician now. Like our ads where we're telling people to run ads, the comment sections are light years different than they were when we first started. People are like, yeah, of course run ads. But back then it was like, ew, no, right? So, it's become more popular to apply traditional digital marketing concepts to artists these days. But it was not so when we started. So it may seem like the buddy system is forced and not for an artist. And I'm here to tell you that it very much is for artists. And what I posit is that the ways in which it feels like it's not for an artist is actually a psyop to screw you. right? The music industry screws you by making you think that you're not like a regular business and that this isn't how you should proceed. But it is. It is how you should proceed if you want to be sustainable, get results every, week in, week out, and build cumulatively. If you want a big pop, that's different. That's different. We had a great analogy for this. Let me try to find it. Where is it? Outline. So the analogy is you have a pipe bursting versus a faucet. You can hang out in the basement, right, for hours. Hang out in darkness and obscurity and wait with a bucket under a pipe for it to burst. But it's a very rare event. It doesn't happen very often. It's very difficult to capture all the value from that pipe bursting, the water. Or you could just go to the faucet and turn it on. You're paying your water bill. Might as well just go to the faucet, turn it on, and fill up the bucket, right? This is what I relegate sort of the old way of like, wait in obscurity, grind it out, hope that you get on, Jimmy Kimmel, or hope that you get a blog, article, or hope that you get picked up on some playlist. A lot of hope and pray, a lot of luck, a lot of knowing the right people. Or you could just go turn on the faucet. That's ads, that's digital marketing. When it comes to creating customers, that's how you subsidize turning on the faucet. You need a way to subsidize it. You can't just keep paying these costs forever. And guess what? When you create a customer, you create a lifelong fan. Someone actually paid you for your music. And they're going to continue to as you go throughout your career. So now you have this almost guaranteed revenue every year as you come out with new products, new music, and that can sustain you. So it may seem like the buddy system is for regular businesses, and that's a good thing. I'm glad, because it is, and so are you. You are a regular online business, and you can operate just like any e-commerce business and find success. Or you can sit under a leaky pipe in the basement with a bucket hoping it bursts one day. But I've had hundreds of friends who have languished in obscurity that way. So yeah, you kind of hit on one of the fundamental drivers of why this company exists, why this community exists, is to say, yeah, music industry, thanks for your weird backwards methods of marketing and your weird industry that doesn't behave like any others and still, even though it's so popular, has yet to find more revenue annually than like one tech company beats you guys in revenue annually. I think I'm going to skip your methods. I think I'm going to go with the methods that work for almost every type of online business and take my chances there. So I hope that shows you why it may seem like a lot of our methods are like regular businesses, because they are. And we're very damn proud of that. And I think you'll find that it works a whole lot better than the traditional methods that you'll find in the music industry. Thank you so much for your query.